Yeah.
Okay, Ray?
Hi, Ray.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you're
You're
upside down, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's okay. You hanging?
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
Don't worry
Happened
about
last time too.
Okay,
All right, so being 5:04, we're gonna call the meeting to order. Um, this meeting is being recorded and held remotely on Zoom and live streamed on RCTV. The RMLD Code of Conduct, the RMLD Board of Commissioners recognize the importance of hearing public comment at the discretion of the chair on items in the official agenda. Once recognized by the chair, all persons addressing the board shall state their name and address prior. Oh, you're moving that.
yep.
Prior to speaking, is the role of the chair to maintain order in all public comment and ensuing discussion. I would ask all members, participants to state their name that are participating remotely. Yeah, Ray, you're on mute, but we heard you.
I'm Ray Porter. Aye.
Yep. All right. All right. All votes must be taken by roll call. Right. So,
And this one for this one.
so first item on the agenda is develop the interview questions. In the room, we all have the questions in front of us. Ray, do you have the questions in front of you?
I don't have them in front of me.
Okay.
All
We could, I'll read them. So that,
right.
yep, I'll go ahead. So question one.
Recording in progress.
Question one, we already opened the meeting and we already went through the official statement that we did to the board, so. Question one that we have is explain a time when you quote, made it happen. But to complete the urgent, explain a time when you made it happen to complete an urgent task and deliver results. What challenges did you have to overcome? How would you relate this experience to being the GM at RMLD? Does everybody like that question?
Good opening question.
Excellent. Okay, that's a check. What's a keeper? All right.
Bob, can I just stop you for 1 second? The opening remarks were new too, because you guys had asked me to add that. And
Because that gets to the domain expertise.
Okay. Sure. I will repeat the question. The opening remark, welcome, thank you for your interest in working at RMLD. We'd like to begin by asking you to tell us about yourself and your public power utility. I would scratch or add your public and private power utility experience that led you to apply for this position.
public or private.
Public or private.
Okay.
Because some of them may not.
That's correct.
But
Agreed.
so we're going to require people with utility experience, right? So we're going to filter out people without utility experience.
Yes. Yes. That is, I see that as a must as a candidate. It is an absolute must. You have to have experience in this industry, whether it's municipal,
Public.
public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even
That was stated in our request for the position that as we went through the list last time, there were 4 bullets and like 3 of them had to do with being able to deliver power. So I think, yeah, I agree with you, Bob. It's a must. And it's stated in our request for position that they demonstrate that.
Question 2, what do you see as 1 or 2 major challenges RMLD faces, and how would you address those challenges?
Like it.
Yeah, and that bodes to someone doing a little bit of research, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they are blank on that, that means they didn't do anything. I would expect somebody who's interested in this position to have gone back through, read some meeting notes, watched a few board meetings, have some understanding of what this place does and is like. So that's basically a checkbox that did you walk in unprepared? Question 3. RMLD is a
Thank you,
union-based.
Susan.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
I just gave you the red line so you could see what I changed from last time according to your asks.
You can go down to the bottom of the screen where it has the Zoom button on the very bottom of the screen that you're looking at, and there's 3 little icons, right? In the left.
Yeah,
Go to that one, yeah. It's that one. No, go to the other one, then. No, go to the other one.
yeah,
The other one, both for you.
no.
One of them puts it, there you go.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
So what that does is just takes all the other
Yeah.
stuff out of the way. So, question 3, RMLD is a union-based organization with 3 unions. Our organization is currently in challenging contract negotiations with all 3 unions. Please describe your philosophy and experience in dealing with collective bargaining. How would you feel best supported as you serve as the point person for these negotiations?
Should we be saying challenging?
Yeah.
Scratch that. Scratch that. Yeah, no.
It's more information than necessary.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you're
I think by definition, negotiations are challenging. I don't, if anything, it's redundant, but I don't think I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's
Scratching, so.
Scratch challenging.
It's already gone.
Yeah, question 4, what is your approach to managing operations and budgets in a dynamic energy industry? Do you use any particular technological tools to organize yourself and your organization workflow and budgets? Maybe we could rephrase this. And do you use any particular tools to organize yourself? Period. What experience do you have with applications to manage?
Yeah,
workflow?
I'm not sure I really care what tools he uses. We already have tools. We're not really expecting him to deliver software to our financial director. To me, it's more of setting priorities and making decisions than finding out he uses Excel or he uses, some other base tool. I'm not sure that's the driver. I don't think we want him to come in and change our platform. We want him to come in and versus energy, labor, how control costs, how we make decisions to deliver power and control costs. And those aren't tool based, they're priorities.
I think focus on the first question, and the second question could be a follow-up if necessary.
So I also thought that we talked about this was yours, how would you manage operations and budgets in a challenging dynamic energy industry?
Yeah.
I thought that's what you had said about.
Yes.
I think if we scratch the second sentence and we change it to something along the lines, what would be your strategy to organize the budget and operation? RMLD.
I think my original question was, how do you manage operations? How do you manage finances? And how do you manage people? So those.
Yeah, those 3. Yeah. I think that's a very, what would be your strategy to manage
People, finances, and operations.
in operations? Yeah,
Do you
that's a
wanna-
perfect way to state it.
Do you want me to go back to that?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go? So that, could you give me that one more time? What would be your
Or
strategy?
what is your approach? What's your approach to managing operations, people, and budgets? That's what you want to change in dynamic energy environment.
To manage, operations, people and budgets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to add, I think one of the things that maybe I got in my head was we're currently looking at enterprise systems to do a lot of these things, like with the tracking of hours related to projects and that kind of stuff. And I think I was thinking that maybe we were looking to see if somebody used something like that.
But that's something, they should
Follow.
volunteer, they should
Yeah.
volunteer that information. It
So
could
what
be a follow-up, it could be a follow-up.
Yes.
So do I take off the last question?
Yeah, please.
So what
Yeah,
experience?
please, last.
So what you have is, what is your approach to managing operations and budgets in a dynamic energy industry?
Managing operations, people and budgets.
Well, okay,
But two questions.
Yeah, I
The
have
first
two
one
questions.
highlights the,
Okay, got it, all right.
the first one is, what is your approach to managing operations and budgets in a dynamic energy industry? What would be your approach to manage operations, people, and budgets?
Okay,
It's the same kind of.
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
That's
I
what-
see this.
It sounds redundant, so like,
Yeah, okay, so what do you
I
want?
would just add people to the first question and
Yep, we call it a day. Yep. I agree. Kill the second sentence, that people and. And we can always extract, that's a good
Okay.
conversation. You have
Okay, what is your
conversation to
approach
foster that.
to managing operations, people?
it can go into many directions.
Absolutely.
I'm good with that.
Question 5. In your leadership positions, how have you contributed to your employees feeling valued? And what steps have you taken to strengthen teams?
How is that different from the
It's not
previous
too different
one?
from above, that's managing people. I think question
I guess
5.
one is negotiating a contract. I think another one is managing people in post negotiation. I can see maybe it's different in the sense that how do you negotiate a contract with unions, and then how do you work with unions once the contracts are done? That could be a slightly different emphasis.
Mhm. I'm almost ready to scratch 5. We can come back to it. I put a question mark on 5.
It could be a follow-up question. So
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I think it's part of a extraction type follow-up.
Does everybody want to get rid of it? Just get rid of it now.
Put hands up, yes or no? Keep it or kill it.
We can do it.
Yeah, can kill it, but
It's
I keep it in my back, I keep it in my back pocket of a 4A,
Yeah,
4A,
4A.
4B.
Already. Yep. All right, so now the new question 5. How would you influence culture as a general manager of RMLD? How could the Board of Commissioners and the Citizens Advisory Board support a positive company culture at RMLD?
I like it.
Okay, keep it, good.
Keep it.
Question 7. In a managerial role, we must do tough things. Tell us about difficult situations. Please tell us about difficult situations that you have encountered. That you have encountered. What unpopular decisions did you have to make? Explain the situations in detail and how you dealt with them. I think that is a crucial question because that tells how you can manage things. Did you have to downsize? Did you have to discipline? Did you have to, handle, the tragic situation? Whatever that may be, I believe that's a very important one to discuss. And it's not all flowers and sunshine, right? As in our day-to-day um, dealings and work, and I think that's important,
Agreed.
okay?
Yeah.
And now, question 8. How do you deal with surprises and challenges? Give us an example of you were faced with a professional challenge that was not anticipated, and tell us how you responded. What did you learn? What would you do differently?
That's gonna be question 7 now, just to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Excellent. Question 9, and then someone has to do a drum roll before you ask it. And then you say, why do you want this job? And why do you believe you are the best candidate for this position? So that's the opportunity for any candidate to sell themselves.
You did a great job. No, I
We
said
need
you
to
did.
practice. Everyone needs to practice. So, it's important. No, I think that's, a good series of questions that, if you just said, if just mapping something out, you have 9 questions, it takes, a few
First 8
seconds.
questions, you got it.
Look at it, you got 8 questions, and if you're talking 5 minutes a question, it's 40 minutes per interview, right? This is preliminaries,
Yeah.
right? This is a preliminary, this would go down, right, on the final. But you're talking, so just to give everyone kind of an idea, these are, 30 to 45-minute interviews probably per candidate,
I mean, last time we did what, 20 minutes per person for,
yeah. They're a
but
little-
that's in public.
That's in public, yeah, they're a little bit longer, and the idea is you really wanna get a feel for somebody. Okay, I think these
So,
are,
so 40 minutes each.
well, I mean, that's what you're,
So
Roughly
what are you
good.
thinking?
I think we're good.
No, 45 and 45.
Oh, for how many per each?
Yeah,
I
each
think
candidate.
some people are talkers.
yeah, well, that's what you want.
And I think that, yeah, and I think that could go either way. I mean, you're gonna get some people that aren't that comfortable interviewing, that are gonna make it short, and I would say anywhere from 25 minutes to
An hour?
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be, okay, just,
And all questions don't need to be 5 minutes.
no, it could be real quick, because it could be done with one, and blah, blah, blah. So just kind of, just set the tone. If you did 10 people, that's 10 hours, right? So just, I understand, right, just roughly. Okay, I think those are great. Okay, next item on the agenda. Upcoming scheduling next meetings. There is one other thing, Ray, I'd like to discuss. What I'd like to do is, as we're going through the candidates, I'd like this subcommittee to come in and talk to the employees of RMLD. This is what my idea is. I think we come in and have like a breakfast with different groups of employees. And those groups would be, put together by different functions in RMLD. Again, I don't know what groups are better, to each group, right? I would lean on Patty to set that up. I would like to talk with, again, it would have to be only 2 of us from the committee, right? Because you can't have a quorum, right? So we could rotate who could come through, and we do that from like 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning. And just have like coffee and bagels or whatever. Sit down, talk for like an hour, and like Vivek, why don't you say what you'd like to, you said it very, very well. If we were in there, we're here to see what you want to see as a vision for.
Yeah,
RMLD.
no, because we need to be sensitive to the fact that negotiations going on union stuff, right? So the idea is to basically get people's opinion about what, if they had to imagine what RMLD can be like, or what they think, so it's a little bit more forward looking, and what kind of organization they would like to see, and recognizing the constraints one deals with here.
And, so it's a free form, right? It's not, and because there's only two of us, there'll be only two from this committee in each one of these meetings. It doesn't have to be, it's private, right? I would ask that it's just the employees of the group, their management would not be in there in that group. We'll do the management group separately.
And
But
it would not be public, it's not public.
yeah, these are non-public meetings and we, however many we need, I'm thinking 4, roughly, it could be 3, but I'm thinking 4. And we would just do them 7:30 to 8:30 over the next, I would like to do it over the next couple of weeks, because that falls in line with,
After that,
after, we could even do, I know it's Wednesday now, maybe we could throw in one Wednesday of next week.
that's just after NEPA, that's the NEPA day, so that's.
Next Wednesday's NEPA?
Yeah.
Oh, NEPA's next week.
NEPA's next week. NEPA ends Wednesday morning, but I won't
Okay.
be back until
Okay.
later that week.
I'll be back Friday, Tuesday night.
Okay, maybe, the first one, we could do,
Thursday.
the Thursday, I couldn't do Thursday. I could do the first one, this 22nd. So let's just map out a few, just talking here. Let's just say the first one's Friday, the 22nd.
Friday, a lot of people aren't in this room.
I'm
A
working.
lot of people,
Yeah.
yeah, the building's closed. on
Not Friday,
Fridays.
okay, not Friday the 22nd, not Friday the 22nd is now out. We go, if someone wanted to do, I couldn't do the 25th or the 26th, but someone else, if someone could do one of those 2 days,
I could do the 21st.
you could do the 21st. Okay. With the 21st, Ray, or,
No, I can't, I could do the 25th to 26th, but I can't do the week of the 17th to the 23rd.
okay, so,
Can you do the 21st?
okay,
Two of us.
okay, so Patty. Vivek. On the 21st. Then we look at, the next week. If Ray,
Yeah.
you could do the 25th or the 26th. If
Yeah.
I could not, would any,
I could do 21st.
okay, so we could do the 25th,
Ray and me.
okay, Vivek. Ray.
26th, you can do the.
I could do the 26th. The 27th, we have a meeting again, that I think that's tentative. I'm gonna look at my work schedule here for a second. Calendar. On that week. I could do the 27th or the 28th. With somebody, either whatever day works better for,
I could do either of those days, Bob.
okay,
Morning.
You do the 27th.
we'll do the 27th. That's Bob
Who's
and
the
Ray.
we on that? Bob
Okay,
and
that's
Ray?
Bob and Ray sounds like a comedy team.
It does, certainly does.
And then, if we just put in another one for the following week is now we're into, that's Labor Day. So the following week could be, say, I don't want to touch Tuesday because that's a back to work day. So Wednesday or Thursday, September 3rd or September 4th. And if Vivek, you did 2, Ray's done 2. Pat, are you available? if you and I could do.
I'm on vacation for 2 weeks. It's a staycation, but.
No, you're on vacation.
Oh, no, it's just getting things
No,
done at home.
No,
I can do it.
no, you're on vacation.
So
So,
even if you have meetings, I'm still coming in, so
yeah,
it doesn't matter. That's why I volunteered. I said I have the time.
okay. So if I did that, with Patty on what day, I would prefer the 3rd. That's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that makes 4, and each one of us would be attending 2 of those. Okay, so that's, I feel a balanced, group, okay? Now, the next thing would be, throwing out, like, who would be in those meetings, which from my perspective, I don't know how the groups all interrelate. The engineering, you have accounting, you have purchasing, you have, IRD, you have line, you have metering. I think, management, so I think, potentially, try to do, break it up. If we need another one for management, that's different, because it's really not that many in the,
Four is enough.
Yeah.
Four.
was enough, yeah, I think. But, okay. If you wanna take a crack at putting the groups together, and then we'll do, that would be 7:30 to 8:30
Okay,
with, coffee and bagels. Maybe some nice egg sandwiches with bacon. Just saying, they're nice and big, we cut them in half, I'll eat half of one, Bagel World or Bagel House of Bagels up the street, not dropping anything, I'm just saying. So, all right, so we'll put those out and that'll be our schedule, if you could put that into the,
Got that.
yep, over the next couple of, weeks, and that forms well with everything we're doing, and we can all give each other feedback as we continue, talking, what we find out. So I think that would be very important. We can maybe even add a little thing, qualities here on the sheets, right? Something for us to just reference. Okay. And, yeah, I think that would be good. Okay. All right, so our next meeting, for this committee, we had been doing, Wednesdays, understanding there's NEPA next week.
If you want to do Thursday, I could do Thursday, but it'll have to be virtual.
Thursday being the 21st.
no, NEPA's. Yeah, next week is out. If we're trying to meet together as a group.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah,
not
no,
on Wednesday, Thursday.
Thursday the 21st.
No, I won't be back.
You're gonna be up there? Okay,
I'm gonna be up there.
okay, so that doesn't work. So, when you coming back, Ray?
Friday Friday. Yeah, I mean, right now my plan is to stay there through Thursday and come back Friday.
Okay,
Um,
don't want to be on Friday.
I might be able to connect remotely, but
No, that's fine. How is Monday, the 25th?
yeah, anytime the following week is fine. And the week after NEPA is fine.
Yeah, Monday, 25th is fine, do it noontime.
Yeah, Monday, the 25th at noon.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be in a car, but that's okay. You want to schedule another one? While we're here? The 25th being basically 2 weeks from now. We might have some more candidates. We have our questions done. We have, so it's just gonna be resume review, at that point, pretty much. Okay, So I think that works. So.
When, when's closing, when is closing of resumes? Is that, is that the end of,
So I think there is going to be an extension of the timeline, right? Because we have to make sure that we get candidates. I've talked to Susan, about, and, you know, other avenues to bring more resumes in. I think we have to, our committee ends when we feel we have enough. We put together a schedule, but that schedule's based on who we get, right? So that whole schedule keeps getting pushed out until we can start interviewing. And if we don't have people to interview, it just extends, right? And that's just the nature of the way the last time went and the way this time is going to go, right? I can already send, you know, until we get.
You wanna have a good slate of candidates and interview them all close together.
Well, I mean, we haven't, if we have someone we like, we can bring them in, but we, you know, we really need a decent pool of candidates to make a choice from. So, and we wanna get those folks in. If we don't, if the pool isn't deep enough, then we have to continue the search. So our timeline will get pushed out based on who we get as applicants. That's TBD, I think right now. So even though we have a framework, that framework is just gonna continue to be pushed out until we get enough candidates in. But if we feel like someone's qualified, we absolutely can bring that qualified candidate in, interview, and let them know that, you know, we are still in process.
So,
Right.
so what are the dates now?
So our next date,
Please share this, I've lost track of.
Yeah,
the dates.
it's, so the due date is the 25th for we're gonna, but if we put out, requests for recruiters, as we had talked about in the
Yes.
past, we have to do that according to.
Right, so that takes a lot.
That takes a couple weeks to get responses and then a couple weeks to, you know, have them working on it. So we're going to be hearing from them. I'm already really starting to hear from them because they're not afraid to start working.
Yep.
on it.
Yep.
Something like that coming. So we'll start to get some people from them and then it will probably put some language up online. And like you said, if we have candidates that we're talking to, we'll be keeping them warm and keeping them
Yep.
advised.
Mhm.
And we'll identify them early in the process. So
Yeah.
I think when we actively start to get, but this is the way I'm picturing it, and you guys tell me different if it's not the way you want it, but the way I'm picturing it is when we start to get candidates from recruiters as well, we're gonna revisit our list that we got from our posting,
Okay.
really, you know, get that down to, okay, these are the people that we said we would push forward. And then kind of regroup and say, how do we want to change the date on this posting, or the wording on this
Yeah.
posting to
Yeah,
say.
I would just, right now, I would extend it out probably at least a month. Right,
ooh,
for open applications. All right, so we do need to review the applications, so,
We've got to go into executive.
we're gonna go into executive session.
So you can move
Rebecca, you wanna read the motion or?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, move that the RMLD General Manager Search Committee go into executive session to consider applicants for reviewing resumes and criteria for the general manager position and returning to the regular session for the sole purpose of adjournment.
All those in favor, roll call.
Second.
Ray Porter, I.
Patty Bonino, aye.
Vivek Soni, aye.
Bob Coulter, aye. All right,
Okay, so I will.
You adjourn.
stop the recording.
Recording stopped.
Okay, and we will leave this and go into the other link for the executive session. See you there.